Hi, thanks for coming to the channel. Once again, we are in Brad's garage at night in the cold. There's a lot of stuff that did not get filmed because our schedules have just been extremely conflicting with it being winter. So anyways, kind of do a quick little rundown of what's been done and what still has to be done. I believe Jake's intention is to ride this thing within the next few days safely, I think is what.
Yeah,
well, yeah, safe-ish.
Yeah.
Safe-ish.
Yeah. Safety third. Completed.
Yeah.
Run it completed. Yeah.
Yeah, run it completed.
Yeah.
Completed.
Yeah.
Yeah, completed. So anyways, enjoy the video. All right, so a few things. Honestly, Jake, I don't even know what's already been talked about. I already know about the baller pipe. I called it a baller pipe a couple of times. That's just gonna stick. Sorry, Tavarish. It's not a catchphrase. Shit. Thought there was something more solid there than there was. Alrighty. So, anyways, new things that have happened. Jake has got most of the plumbing done. There's still a hose sitting back here that needs to be cut and put on that outlet right there. But as you can see, it kind of comes up here. The radiator from the snow machine up in the front, and even this cool little coolant reservoir, which is kind of cool that it has that, and that it's all going to work and function like it's supposed to. It has running boards instead of just the pieces of pipe. Or it wasn't pipe, square stock, yeah, that was sitting there. So it does have running boards. They're actually attached, and they're probably like 60% legit, give or take. Yeah, legit enough. What Jake and Brad are doing right now is making a cover for the belt, because even though safety third is the motto on this channel, we don't really want to intentionally cut off Jake's leg with a flying piece of rubber at God only knows how many RPM. So still not putting safety first because it's not going to be the most, it'll be legitimate, but I mean that's 22 gauge steel. Yeah. So that's more than thick enough to stop a rubber belt from flying up and cutting your leg off or hitting you in the giblets. That would be worst case scenario. If that thing smacks you in the giblets.
You gotta tell them what we're doing back here behind us.
Yeah, I'll tell them what we're doing with that. So, anyways, there is another four-wheeler back here. I'm assuming it runs, it rides. Yeah. Brad traded that other Trailblazer for this quad. There's a reason for it. It's a Kawasaki Bayou 220. But if you look down here, this is the important part, the starts of the important part. It is a shaft-driven four-wheeler. The reason it needs to be shaft-driven is because Brad also purchased a Yamaha, we're assuming a Yamaha Verado? Verado. A Yamaha Verado 750. And the plan is to put that inside of there. Take that and put it inside of there. So once again, this is probably going to be a lot of Jake fabricating shit because me and Brad are, I don't know, I'm ignorant when it comes to that. I can't sit here and eyeball a belt guard. I don't think
not a belt guard now.
I don't think me or you, even if we were together and tried to figure this out, could do it. Which is why
I had it in my head, and I was telling Jake a couple ideas, and then that's what we came up with. But I ain't as good as Jake. No. Now when it comes to mowers, I can customize some stuff on mowers.
Customized mowers.
Yeah. Because they don't make parts for them anymore.
I could put brakes on your wife's minivan. I'm good at that. I do it a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's where we're at with the quad. God, it's going to be really hard to want to take the engine back out of this and like paint everything and all that, because it's going to be so together. What's the point in taking it back apart? I mean,
to paint it.
Yeah, I know it needs to be painted. Damn it. The video before this, you saw Jake ride it a little bit, and the throttle was in his hand. Well, now the throttle is no longer has to be in his hand because it's actually up on the handlebar like it's supposed to be. And you can see there's throttling action going on down there. Did you just use a tape measure as a protractor?
Yeah.
Nice. That looks pretty, that looks really round too. Like, okay. Anyways, what did you adapt that cable from? What is it from?
Half of the throttle cable is from the snowmobile. The other half is from the four-wheeler. So I kind of just put them together.
How did you put them together?
Wiring crimps. So
A butt connector.
yes, butt connector.
You butt connected the
I butt
cables
connected
together.
The throttle cable. Yes.
And it throttles. It does exactly what it's supposed to do.
Well, I also found a piece of hard line is vacuum tubing. This hard plastic vacuum tubing that the butt connector would fit inside of. So with a little bit of grinding action, it fit real nice and smooth and works.
And this is what Jake does. He adapts and overcomes. Yeah, look at Brad over here. He was kicking the heater on because he thought I was turning the camera off. And it's a little too cold in here for Brad. Are you cold, Brad?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's like 20 degrees outside.
It's like 20 degrees outside.
It has a $200 jacket.
Hey, you know what? It was actually more than $200. But we're not going to talk about that.
Air filter for the quad. Where did you find Vance? O'Reilly? Yeah, it's a little 4-inch air filter. I don't know if you can see the tip of that. I'm not real sure why we're keeping this one around. Got the hose tight. Jake's putting some coolant in her. Brad's getting ready to weld, it looks like. All sorts of fun stuff going on tonight. Sorry it's so loud. It's cold. Well, folks, we were filling it up, found a coolant leak. We're going to rectify it with a bolt and a hose clamp. That explains why it was sucking the coolant down so good.
And a clear open.
Yeah. Which honestly, that may not be a bad thing. Still got the vice grip shifter. Honestly, I like the vice grip shifter. Maybe we get a pair of vice grips and just polish them to like mirror. And just make that the shifter.
Well, it does have bolts and hose clamps, you know, on.
I mean, duct tape.
Or that. Electrical tape.
Electrical tape. I was gonna say duct tape, that's a new one. Keep shutting itself off?
Yeah. I don't know why though. I don't know what the single. I don't know what that's for.
there. Yeah, it's cool. Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is it because the idle air is not hooked
It's
up?
not even coming to check engine light.
That's significantly quieter.
Yeah, a lot.
I think it's gonna end up having to have a muffler put on it because it's still pretty loud, and that's a
car muffler.
factory car muffler.
Yeah.
It's gonna be. I swear to God,
It shut itself off again.
should we try disconnecting the battery once it's started? I don't see where that's really gonna do anything, but it keeps saying high battery.
Yeah, but it doesn't do that all the time when it shuts off. I'm not sure why it's shutting off.
It didn't do that the other
No.
day.
You need to fix your float.
Oh, I know. I see that.
It's full.
Or leave it where it's at. Just figure out where you want empty to be.
Normally, when something's gonna shut off, if it's gonna shut it off on you.
The PCM is on fire.
Really?
Yeah, dude, put your hand on that motherfucker. Way hotter than it needs to be.
Oh, well. I mean, it's warm.
150 degrees.
I mean, they put a PCM in the engine bays and shit.
Yeah.
Well, we're having a little technical difficulty. The quad keeps shutting off, and then the fan will cycle one time. It's like it's cutting the ignition. We're not really sure what's going on, so troubleshoot this issue a little bit further and see if we can come up with what might be going on.